Okay, so now we start day 4 of our ride around New Brunswick. So we're going to leave the town of Gaspe. We're actually going to head around the Bay of Gaspe and then continue to follow the coast around to another bay. I can't pronounce the name of the bay, so I'm not even going to try, but we are going to kind of cross over the inland bay and land in a town called Dalhousie. Lest you think that everything is beauty and and great video. There was a lot of construction going on, so it's not all smooth roads and smooth sailing. There were stops along the way. I have to say, they manage it very well. The traffic isn't really heavy, so the backups aren't really long. The waits at the little lights that control traffic aren't very long. So it was really kind of a minor inconvenience. And besides, you're right by the ocean. You're right by these amazing cliffs. You don't mind sitting there for 3 minutes or something and looking at the scenery. But again, I've dealt with this in another video. I don't want you to think that making these things, you're seeing the best parts. And there are other parts that aren't so pleasant that we tend to cut out, so you just get to see the good stuff. We didn't have more than, I think, maybe one stop planned. The idea was to just enjoy the day. This was going to be a 250-mile day, something like that. We knew we were going to be on the coastline, so it was going to be very enjoyable. At one point we come around a twisty and up over a hill, and the view that opens up to us is, again, stunning. One of the stops that I did plan for us was a church. It's named the Church of Bonaventure. Construction of the current building dates back to about 1860. There were previous buildings on this site as well, dating back into the mid-1700s. The first one burned down. A second chapel had to be built. And the interior of this church is ornate and stunning. So this was a stop for us not only to rest, get off the bike for a second or two, but it had some history and some beauty to it that made it a great stop for us as well. We also had a nice surprise once we got into Dalhousie. We checked into the hotel. There was a little lighthouse just, a mile or two down the road that I hadn't noticed. So again, we jumped on the bike, just went down to check it out. So this was a nice little surprise for us.
From Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman. Allons, whoever you are, come travel with me. Traveling with me, you find what never tires. The earth never tires. The earth is rude, silent, incomprehensible at first. Nature is rude and incomprehensible at first. Be not discouraged. Keep on. There are divine things well enveloped. I swear to you there are divine things more beautiful than words can tell.